Welcome back to the Ultimate Offering Zombies replay review session. And today we will play against Alpha67 on 691 rating. And let's see how this one went. So, who goes first? I get to go first, it's nice. And let's see, our opening hand is a little bit dead. So, yeah, what do we decide to do? Do we decide to show that we have Starlight Road, or do we keep it a little hidden? Okay, we just make it look like we may have Starlight Road or may not. Just set 2. Okay. And yeah, he has the first turn Substitute, so he already has the Tree-Born Frog. On the first turn, that's pretty good. And oh yeah, I remember how this game goes. But yeah, for now he just swings with the Substitute, and we actually have something pretty nice we can do. We can send the Goblin Zombie with the Foolish Burial, and yeah, this game is just gonna go really unfortunate, I remember right now. We banish the Tremont Frog here, and then we attack directly with the Goblin Zombie. He drops the Gores, just fine. We have the Mirror Force. We mill the Substitute, it's an okay mill. And then let's see what he does here. His Soul Exchange, okay, it's fine. Then he goes for the Kais, we saw them dead, all good so far. And then he attacks with the Gores. We Mirror Force here, because we're already pretty low. Just getting a Search won't do that much at the moment. And then yeah, this is the unfortunate part. We milled a second Tree-Born Frog here. It's really bad for us. And I know the really unfortunate part hasn't happened yet. So for now he's just gonna go for the Dark Dust Spirit, which just put us pretty low though. Yeah, unfortunately didn't find like a second monster we could have summoned. So a Starlight Road would have helped there. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part. Like, we have the Trap Dust Shield, but he has the exact upstart to draw into the Kaias then. It's just, yeah, with the Tree-Bound Frog and then with this upstart situation, just like too many things that went not our way. So this was super unlucky, I think. So yeah, can only get better from here, I would say. And yeah, okay, he just spends this immediately. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just set Turtle here. Don't set a back cross so you can't like Regeki Break or Dust Tornado it in the end phase. So basically, if he wants to remove this turtle with a Monarch, he has to tribute to Caius, which is what he's gonna do here. Yeah, that's why I think you should not really necessarily set the Regeki Break here, because it's just cost him a lot right now. Yeah, like he lost out on a lot of damage as well that way. That being said, we would have had to Solemn if he had not set this Raigeki break for the Kais. And now he goes for one of the back. Yeah, now I decide to set backrows because I have like return and stuff, which would be pretty good to get live. Yeah, we just chain Book of Moon to just like make him think we maybe have Torrential by flipping this down. Or something like that. And yeah, so it just doesn't commit a lot. And yeah, Spirit Reaper waltz him for now, and do draw Deep Prison. Okay, so do we have a line here? We have, I think, Perimeter. What was the other card that was banished? I don't remember right now. Mizuki, yeah, so I don't think we can go for game here. I think we just go for the Rip with the Reaper. And yeah. Okay, I flipped the return now. Cool. we can't set up the dark count or anything. Yeah, we can just make like Brio, could make Brio Goyo, something like that, but just would not be nearly enough for game. So I'll just go for the rip, I think. There's an argument like that we should have. We're gonna attack over the Kais with the Goyo. Maybe there's an argument we could have attacked over the Tribune instead. I wasn't really thinking about that at that moment. But yeah, either way, like we either take like his Tribune advantage away, or we get like another thing to like put the clock on him, which is also pretty nice, I think. So it's not that bad, honestly. We have to Solemn for the Monarch anyway if he has it. And yeah, he just has Vanity's Fiend, that's fine. It gets run over by Gaia. So, and I said we have Gaia here. And yeah, so yeah, now he's top decking with our Solemn still set, so this game is just over. For the late game, we would also have Dark Armed if it comes to that, but yeah, it doesn't come to that. Okay, let's see, what else does he have? Okay, so he starts pretty Monarch heavy, no Tribune access yet, that's pretty good. And he sets Dustin on the first turn, so he does the same mistake basically as last game, in that he just sets a background the first turn, and he gets punched again. Doesn't look like this guy plays Deep Prison in his main or side, so yeah, we're just chilling with the Sangan. We're not setting the Dust Shoot even, yeah, because stuff like Dust Tornado and Raigeki Breaker, I was honestly more expecting Raigeki Breaker. Like, I was not expecting that level up fuck up, honestly, to set Dust Tornado on the first turn from the opponent. But yeah, we take it, I guess. Yeah, so we can actually discard the Mizuku, don't really mind it going to the graveyard here. So we also play around stuff like Soul Exchange as well. But yeah, now we just have a conversion for a Soul Exchange anyway as a substitute, but it's fine, we still get our Sangan Search. Yeah, we would have probably gotten it before the swap effect, but it doesn't matter really that much. Yeah, so now obviously he knows that I have to possess Duck, so he's not gonna go for like a full dupe block or anything. But that's fine. So like he just has like swaps, he just goes through all his frogs and like has a frog with water art, that's fine, and yeah, one swap in hand. He doesn't have another water in hand, so it doesn't even do that much there. That's all fine so far. And yeah, what do we do here? Yeah, just go for the Book of Life, get one Tribune out of rotation already, and then just attack with the music here. We still play around Soul Exchange and Dust Tornado here. Luckily, top decks like another conversion for Soul Exchange here to actually be able to do something with it and without having to spin back his own card or something like that. And yeah, but he can't attack, so it just takes 300. And yeah, Gaywood in the night is out, but we just drew the perimeter, right? No, we drew Fossil Dino. Okay, so we also had out anyway. The other out anyway was the turtle, so yeah, we could just crash the turtle here, and then we get Plague, so even if the set is Raigeki Break, we could still out Cestalos through that with the Mind Control, because we could just bring back the Plague after the Raigeki Break, unless he has Crow. Yeah, and we just make Stardust here. That seems reasonable. And yeah, then we chain the Stardust, even though we could just chain the Dust Shit, so the Stardust doesn't get monarched. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, then we go for the Trap Dust Shoot, like hope to maybe hit like a Vanity's Fiend if there's something like that, but she just has 3 Monarchs, so yeah, I'll just take the annoying one away with just Riser. And yeah, he spends back Ameriforce, that's fine. And then this time he fucks up and actually doesn't set a back row. He would have had to set a back row to protect his Riser, because like the Monarch will be live anyway, even if he sets the back row here. Yeah, because you can just always like use it even if I don't attack like an end phase or whenever he feels like it. So that was quite weird. Um, yeah, I don't think it would have been the end if he set the econ anyway. So we still could have summoned the Dyna, I think, and like set the Mirror Force. That would have also been fine, I think. Yeah, it would have been kind of difficult, I guess. So just banishes this and then goes for the Heavy Storm. Yeah, so that would have been kind of rough if he had set the econ actually. But yeah. Okay, so yeah, opponent misplayed a lot and it's fine, I guess. Sometimes frog players just don't know what they're doing. It is not like really the noob friendly deck, I would say. Like it seems like a tiny mistake, right, to set the Dust Terrain on the first turn. And I do play a lot of back row, so it is tempting, but just don't do that, guys. You don't give the opponent free wins like that if you play frogs. Okay, so it was more like a learning session for how to not play frogs and then how to play zombies. We just kind of lowballed our way to victory in this last game. So let's see what the next replay is here. Yeah, I can see like the win streak actually broke here. We did lose some games after that. We also switched up decks later, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, this is basically I was still playing the same deck here, and I lost against this guy. But we'll get to that once we get to that. And I don't think this game was that long. 11 minutes. I know the next game's against frogs as well. Do we want to review this as well today? I think we will. This is actually against a pretty well-known player, I think. Well, Wise Old Mage. So yeah, we can definitely expect like better gameplay from him. He's a good player. I think he topped some tournaments, if I'm remembering correctly. He's also been like high up on the ladder at one point. So obviously a lot of experience. And yeah, so this is just like the classic Hero Frog build before we played against like more Frog Monarch build. And yeah, our hand doesn't really do anything here. Bottom is also not the greatest trap in this matchup. So I wonder, maybe just set the bottomless. We're probably fine trading with the Raigeki break there. Oh no, we just set everything. Okay, sure. That's also fine. Um, yeah, okay. So we could have actually set one more to play around Dust Shoot as well, but maybe we want Foolish to have it in case we draw something to do with the Foolish. Okay, now we draw Mirror Force. It's fine. We do have Torrential. No, we don't have our own Torrential. Just have Bottomless. So yeah, that's not that great. If we had Bottomless, we would actually have a good trap in the matchup, but we just have the bad cards in the matchup here. Now we have Torrential. That's good. We set it as well, and probably just gonna keep attacking with the Stratos here. We might actually just lose this game to solo Stratos if I remember correctly. So yeah, now we fucked up a little bit by doing this. Guess I just clear the space up, so maybe we can at least do like heavy storm our own shit to get the status out maybe, but I don't think that's what we really want to do at the moment. So we go for the TT here. Does not have a Miracle Fusion at least at the moment. It's also unfortunate that we do the Sengen after we resolve the TG. But yeah, interesting. Probably just set the Sengen, yeah, and set the heavy as well. Okay. And that's unfortunate. Yeah, he has the heavy, but we get the Stardust out. And he does this before we even drop the Stardust. So we could have actually not summoned it here if we wanted to be annoying. So it doesn't have a brain con target. But yeah, I don't do that here. Yeah, it's fine, honestly. Yeah, whatever. I would not have done that if he had not shown the brain con preemptively. So I'm not gonna do that here. So yeah, then there goes the swap frog. And we set the Sanguine, and then he has another way to bring out Kai's, even though he clocked his back row quite a bit. So that's pretty fortunate for him, pretty unfortunate for us. And yeah, that's it. Okay, so we don't have anything. Yeah, that was not really much for a game for us. We didn't really have any way to get into this game. Okay, this looks like a much better hand. What if we set the return? No. Good, we didn't do it because there's MSG. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty nice. He doesn't set the MST obviously because he has the tree-bound frog. He wants to keep that, and yeah, this is nice here. He doesn't have any traps, so he can just hard-ass over it. That is pretty good for us. He doesn't have a way to get over that at the moment either. We just set the return. Okay, let's see. That's unfortunate. Oh, he doesn't go for it. Interesting. Interesting that he didn't go for the solar exchange. Okay, we also don't go for this here. What could we have actually done? Could have stacked for Plague and then but then we don't get access to the Mizuki. I think we could have probably done a lot, even if we like TTs after we go for the Plague. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't wanna play too much into Gores at that moment. So it's pretty good to outside return here and then gets out the Kais. That's pretty good for him, but it's fine. We still have Dark Ground, we still have Zombie Master, so we still have a lot of things we can do anyway. Just go for the Prior on the Kaias. Yeah, it doesn't really. Yeah, just probably is gonna discard the Duke Frog here, yeah. And yep, this is dead. And then we don't quite have game, but we can like go for like 46 or something and then set Solemn afterwards. So that's pretty good. Oh no, I didn't think we do have game, right? We can bring back 40. Yeah, that's 57 actually. We still have Mizuki in deck, I believe, right? Yeah. We just bounce our background and yeah, that's game. Okay, cool. Okay. He recognizes it as well, and now he has a pretty good hand with Stratus and Substitute and Swap Frog, yeah. Doesn't really need to Swap Frog at that point. Okay, Eco is not a great draw here. Yeah, I guess he can get the Ocean if he wants to activate that right now, and if he plays Ocean still. But maybe he doesn't, or maybe he has some reason to hold it, but I'd assume he doesn't play Ocean, I guess. And he also sets a Dustinator on the first turn. What's wrong with these frog players setting Dustinator on the first turn? I guess it doesn't matter that much here, because I would have to clear the Stratos anyway. But yeah, this looks like a probably Crash Get Ilbert situation. No? Okay, we just don't want to risk the turtle on the first turn. We could like, I guess we could bait a Vanity Scene by not setting a back row here, right? Something like that. Yeah, I don't know what really the thinking was behind this. I guess we play around Monarchs and Vanity's Fiend a decent amount, I guess. Okay. So let's see, does he go for a Unifrog line or what does he go for here? Okay, it should probably be going through this fairly quickly, right? He has a decent amount of rating. We don't need to speed up here. Yep, that's all fine. Swap Frog. What did he go for? Just a Duplock? I think just a Duplock, no Uni. He went for, yeah. Okay. So Yeah, looking back, like the Ilbert lamp would have been better, but yeah, we couldn't really know exactly that he didn't have deepers inside or anything, so it's fine. Hits the solemn, but yeah, it doesn't have heavy storm, so it's fine. And then he brings out the Treeborn and probably summons Kais here, I would imagine. Okay, he's waiting. I know he's just waiting to get more information. Fair. And we just set the diner. That's pretty nice. So we can auto do block at least. He's just really holding back on his stuff for some reason. I think now he goes for the Kais, and yeah, we rock that. That's pretty good. Water art here. So does he chain that here? Yes. So he only gets one search. Gets rid of the Dust Tornado. I don't really know why. He doesn't have a back row anyway. That's a little weird. And we just go in for damage. That's nice. And yeah, I believe this is just over because of the diner. He can't really do anything. Just has. Oh, he does have Ocean even. Yeah, then it was probably a misplay. Like you wanna thin your deck out, right? Like a minor misplay, I guess. But he did end up drawing the Ocean, I guess. Don't think he searched with Stratos. So he just made like his top decks a little worse by searching the Ocean. Not searching the Ocean. He could have found something to maybe play through this here, like a Brain Control or a Soul Exchange. So yeah, maybe that's the reason for it, but it seems like a minor misplay. And yeah, now he just has the Ecausa bluff, but at this point, yeah, we're just gonna go for it, I think. Oh, we're just actually gonna go like, we're gonna play into Torrential as well. Because I'm like, you have to have Torrential as well. We just, I was basically like, yeah, okay, we have to play into something, I guess, but I don't want to play into Mirror Force and Torrential, so. Or rather, I just chose to play around Mirror Force rather than Torrential because then, like, we at least played around something. Like, playing around Mirror Force. What? Wait a second. Okay, so yeah, the thinking was, I think, that we just yeah, we just play around only Mirror Force, so we can play around something, I guess. Like around Torrential, we play obviously by just using the composer and going for game. But around Mirror Force, we only really play by making Brio, and Torrential is like the only real card that punches the Brio line. So I think that was fine in that sense. Yeah, obviously we couldn't flip like a Diner afterward, which is kind of weird, so we'd play into Gores as well. But yeah, I don't know if this was optimal, but that's the line I chose to go with, and it worked out. So that's that. That being said, yeah, I don't know, he was kind of mad that we played Book into Satan, but like, those are like our Banshee sounds basically. I think they're okay for that reason. Yeah, we also, yeah, like I don't play Smashing Ground or anything, so like Book is also my Vanity's Fiend out in this matchup, so yeah, that's just how it justified. So I don't think it's too terrible at all. But I guess he thought it was. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, he just had a very special summon hand, so we were kind of fortunate, and he didn't have Tarantula. So that's about as much as I have to say about this game. I think this was a pretty good game overall. He looked a little bit salty at the end, but hey, it happens. I get salty sometimes as well, so everything's fine. Anyway, that's it for today's video, and I'll see See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.